Welcome to Stuff and Whiskey. I'm Josh.
And I'm Erin.
And it's time for a Friday first sip, where we take something that is in our first sip sample pool. Those are all things that we've never tried before. That's what you got to be to get into it. We can't have tried it. And we pick something totally at random to try. That way we're totally blind and you get our most honest, unbiased opinions possible. It's time to get into the first sip. Let's go. On the nose.
Ooh, this kind of smells log cabin-y to me.
Okay.
But a little bit of sharpness, like a log cabin with a nail sticking out of one of the walls. A little sharp.
Okay. Wow. All right.
But you don't hurt yourself on it.
Splinters, maybe. Yeah. To me, this smells like really classic bourbon. Nothing's bowling me over. Nothing's really sticking out. I'm actually not getting much alcohol sharpness on it. It just seems pretty well rounded, pretty down home plate, right over the middle. Yeah. Maybe a little bit of like corny sweetness. Seems fine on the nose. Makes me excited to get into the palate to see what we're working with. Let's go.
I feel like this is pretty classic bourbon flavors. Sweet, a little caramely, however you say it.
Yeah.
I am getting a little effervescence or sharpness or something on the back end. I want to take a second sip because I think that's going to present itself as oak on the second sip, as it always does.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Going back to the nose, I'm getting more oak on the nose, but on the palate right there on first sip, I got like some real spiciness right on the middle of the palate. And apologies if you can hear the train. You can hear a train in the distance. It's coming around the bend. But this to me came through with spice on the mid palate.
Yeah.
And then it transitioned into this dark fruitiness and a chocolatey note on the finish.
I'm not getting that, but I need another sip.
All right, let's go.
I'm getting more oak, kind of like a popsicle stick. So like kind of young oak.
Yeah. There's oak there. Dark fruit, chocolate. Yeah, I mean, all the things I said on the first sip, but the things are coming in a little bit more into balance there on the second sip. It usually does take us about 2 or 3 sips to get acclimated to a pour, and we try to reserve judgment until we've had at least 3 sips. It is making my mouth water a little bit.
I can tell you're getting all juicy with your words.
But it's not overly oily or overly viscous or overly complex. It's kind of the one thing that it is. It has generally sweet.
It's building. The heat a little bit is building for me with my second sip.
Yeah. It's nice. It's pleasant. It seems like pretty standard bourbon that leans a little bit fruity and chocolatey. If that's your thing, like if you were one of those people that like the little chocolate
like
cordials.
Dark chocolate covered cherry.
Yeah, I'm getting more in like the raisin, plum, date, like purple fruit family. On it, but it's kind of like one of those milk chocolate cordials, and then on the inside it kind of has like a fruitiness to it. Let's get into another sip.
Dang it, you said that, and now that's what I taste.
Yeah. Oh, I could almost even
Power of suggestion.
Yeah, and that's a real thing. I could even go with like a little bit of those cordials that you get the random assortment box. What is it, Whitman's or Russell's or whatever?
Both probably. I don't know.
I can even get the one that's milk chocolate that has the coconut cream on the inside. I could get a little bit of that in here too.
I'm not getting coconut cream, but I do love coconut cream.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's get into some tasting scores here.
Okay.
So where are you at? Nose, flavor, and experience.
So for me, it gets thumbs up on the nose.
Okay.
Almost just okay on the nose. The nose was fine, so thumbs up. Thumbs up on flavor and thumbs up on experience. It's a solid pour. Very classic bourbon flavors in my mind.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a thumbs up on the nose. Just okay on the flavor. I did like the nose, but on the flavor, it's not bad. It's just not my jam. I would prefer a little bit more.
It kind of tasted jammy.
It kind of does, but I would prefer a little bit more like a vanilla, caramel, oak profile.
You like chocolate.
Yeah, but it's like the fruit chocolate together. It's just kind of lacking the more. It is classic bourbon, but there's all that fruitiness and chocolatiness on top. So just okay on flavor for me. But I will give it a thumbs up on experience, even though it's a little sharp. I can almost be just okay across the board on this glass, but it seems pretty fine to me. We're going to find out how much this costs first, and then find out what we've been drinking. Okay. So in our blind sample pool, this is number 86.
All right. Number 86 cost $80.
Oh.
It's a little pricey for...
That's more than I would want to spend.
What I feel like it tastes like.
I would peg that at like a $40 bottle.
Yeah.
Like a solid $40 bottle, I'm happy.
I'd pay $40 for it, but 80 is a lot.
At 80, I feel like I'm out on this bottle, but let's find out what it is.
It's Rabbit Hole Derringer in a sherry cask.
That explains the dark fruit. Yeah.
Ah, the sherry.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Very, very interesting. So Bill Kavanaugh sent us this sample.
Okay, it
So
just says thanks. So I was
Yeah.
like, who are we
Yeah.
thanking?
I left out my notes there, but Bill sent this to us. Thank you, Bill, for sending this. This is really interesting because we've never had any rabbit hole.
I've never heard of it before.
The bottles are beautiful. The price is pretty high for what you're getting,
Yeah.
just based on what you would see on paper, the age, the proof, all that stuff. You're probably paying a little bit for the bottle and the marketing and all that, and it would be a great gift type of bottle. This definitely makes a lot more sense now that we know what we're drinking.
Yeah.
It is $80.
Okay.
It is readily available. We both have some decisions to make with our real world scores. Our real world scores are based on the blind tasting as well as what we call retail and consumer scores. Retail being the price and the availability, and then the consumer score being would we buy or recommend this product for you to buy. Let's talk about our retail, consumer, and real world scores for Rabbit Hole Derringer. Where are you at on retail?
So I ended up giving it just okay on retail.
Yeah.
The price is a little too high for me, but the availability is good. So it doesn't get a thumbs down. So just okay.
Yeah, I think I'm just okay on retail as well. I'm thumbs up on the availability, but the price definitely brings it down
Right.
for what you're
I'm a
getting.
thumbs up on availability, thumbs down on price.
So the middle
in
ground
the middle is
yeah,
just okay.
Yeah. Now, would you buy a bottle of this or not?
Probably not, honestly. It's a thumbs down.
Yeah.
For that price, there are a few other things I would rather have.
Yeah. For me, it's going to be a thumbs down too. And we're not saying it should be a hard pass for you. I would listen to our tasting notes.
Yeah.
This is just not in my personal flavor wheelhouse. So it's not even something that I would buy another pour of at a
Right.
bar or something
And
like that.
it's not something that I like enough to spend the $80 on,
Yeah. Yeah.
personally.
But even though we're hard passes, you might like it, but we're kind of putting the cart before the horse
Yep.
here. What are our real world scores? Where are you
Okay.
at?
So it gets a 3.5 out of 10 for me. So on the lower end, still close to the middle range, but on the lower side there.
Yeah, it gets a 3 out of 10 for me. Again, just below the 4 to 6 range. That's because of the price tag and the flavor profile not really being my jam. I think even if I had tried this non-blind, I'd probably put it just below the threshold of middle of the pack, personally speaking. All that being said, like we said, don't just take our word for it. If you like that dark fruit, chocolatey type of note, and you like a relatively easy sipper to go along with those flavors, this might be your wheelhouse.
Yeah, and it's very light on the oak flavor too. So if you don't
Yeah.
like things that are too oaky, this is not too oaky.
Right. But at $80, it's hard to recommend someone go out and just buy a bottle of this because we don't feel like the value is quite there. We would maybe recommend trying it at a bar first, and then if you like it, by all means.
That's it. Thanks so much for watching.
Be good to each other, and until next time, cheers.
Oh, let me get.
I
I think I pulled my back sitting here. I just moved and it hurt. Gosh, sitting is dangerous,
especially when you get older.
especially when you're old.
Sleeping's dangerous.
Moving is
walking,
dangerous.
living.
It's just breathing,
Yeah.
man.